Welcome everybody to the brief spoilers for chapter 1177. This chapter is awesome as fuck. I think Elbaf's wrapping up. Otherwise, we're about to get a giant plot twist. You're gonna have to wait around to the end of this chapter. I'm gonna probably explain a little bit more, but we're getting a little bit of Usopp in this chapter. He's still just getting packed up, but it's something. I'll take it. Sanji showing out. Let's get to this shit. The chapter title is Furious. I think this is talking about Luffy at the end of the chapter when he sees some of his straw hats packed up, but we'll get to that later. So starting out the spoilers, Zoro is launching an attack on the Damiurverse Giants. So we knew this was happening last chapter. Zoro, Harbin, Dory Brogi, they were all getting ready to attack all the Damiurverse Giants. So I'm assuming Zoro's taking the lead on this. We're not hearing if Harbin, any of those guys are doing shit to him. I'm assuming it's focusing on Zoro. You know, Zoro's the main attraction. And also Chopper in Monster Point joins the battle and strikes a Dr. Giant. The giant suddenly reverts to its normal form. They're calling this the Dr. Giant Army. I don't know what the fuck this is referring to, but it's a Damiurverse Giant. Chopper's beating one of those, which is pretty impressive. I mean, we don't really know how strong Chopper's limit is. He did fight with Queen and Wano, but other than that, Chopper hasn't really fought anybody. So I don't really know where to scale him at. But apparently Chopper is, dealing a killing blow to one of these giants, considering he was able to revert it back to its normal form. So that's pretty impressive from Chopper, because normally he's just sitting there doing nothing. So we're moving on to Sanji's group. Sanji's group successfully restrains Killingham. Sanji handles Killingham's head to Jinbei while he and Frankie tie Killingham's legs. I'm assuming what they mean is that he's handing his head to Jinbei. So Sanji packed him up like that? Split his ass into pieces? Dude, these God Knights are dog shit. It's like, dude, I understand that the Straw Hats are strong or whatever, but it's like, dude, Oda, just make them stronger. Just make the God Knights stronger. We have not seen the God Knights at all this entire story. They can be as strong as you want. These are the final villains. How are they just all getting packed up, dude? Sommers is a bum. Killingham's is a bum. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, man, dude, Killingham is just getting manhandled, dude. Killingham screams in agony as he's unable to regenerate. Dude, these guys are just getting fucking whooped. It's just embarrassing at this point. Like, I think that they're just going to slowly move down the totem pole. Like, next time we fight a God's Knight, Jinbei is going to be absolutely destroying one. We've had Luffy pack up Sommers. Now we have Sanji packing up Killingham. It's like, dude, what's next? We're going to have Nami versus Killingham, final fight of the series. It's like, dude, these guys are just dog shit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping we get a little bit of a fight scene between Sanji and Killingham. It's probably just, it's all off screen because that's what Oda does. He just doesn't show us any fights in real time anymore. It's all off screen. So yeah, I don't know. He's not able to regenerate. Is that because of Sanji's Conqueror's Haki? Is that because his flames are Conqueror's Haki? Is that he's unable to regenerate because he's like split up in some way? I don't really know. We're gonna have to see like how it's done. But okay, moving on to a big portion of the chapter. Usopp joined Brook, but both get beaten by Emu. So I was wondering, I'm like, dude, where did Usopp go last chapter? He was with the whole Sanji, Jinbei, Frankie group. Chopper and Usopp were the only two that were not, doing something really. Like Chopper was just sitting over by Zoro and the Giants, but he wasn't fighting. So now it's like, okay, Chopper is joining the fight with Zoro. Usopp wasn't necessarily with, Sanji and them when they beat Killingham, when they beat the giant Lindworm. So I'm like, dude, Usopp has to go do something. And he's apparently going to help Brook. Maybe he was like, okay, Brook, I got to go support him. And now I'm assuming Usopp wasn't like, oh, there's this Haki over here. I'm going to go see what's up with that. I'm assuming he went for Brook and they got packed up by Emu. So Brook is actually defeated. This is what I assumed. I mean, he did, have his shield up. We don't get to see any of the fight. Who would have guessed? But so now Usopp is angry and has a defining moment where he stands shouting to Emu that Elbaf is the land of the warriors. And this is a speech. I fucking hate these speeches, dude. We've gotten so many of them at this point since Egghead. I really hate these. I mean, at least this isn't, to everyone in Elbaf. I hope it's not to everyone in Elbaf. I hope this is just Usopp talking to Emu, which is dope because Usopp talking to one of the final villains, pretty cool. But it's just like, this is so funny coming from Usopp. Like, dude, you are the biggest bum on Elbaf, probably. Like, you are weaker than all of the children. This is really funny coming from Usopp of all people, like, of how someone should fight. So Usopp calls Emu out for using cowardly tactics to fight the Elbaf warriors and that he should fight with his own hands directly. Dude, Usopp, your entire fighting style is using cowardly tactics and using your brain to trick stronger opponents and beat them. because you're not as strong as them. So what the fuck is coming like Usopp? You need to really, look at yourself and say, wow, I haven't done shit for the past how many arcs since Dressrosa. Maybe I should do something. Maybe I should fight with my hands. Maybe I should actually do something instead of just getting beat. I mean, this is a cool bit for Usopp, but it's like, bro, Usopp, you haven't done shit the entire arc. The one time you do something, you're just getting packed up. Like, wow, the one thing, wow, Usopp's in the story, guys. He's just getting beat. Whoa, this is so great. This is great content for Usopp. So Usopp fires an explosion shot at Emu, but Emu moved quickly and appearing in front of him. And then the massive explosion hits everyone, both Usopp and Brook lying unconscious. So this is a little bit confusing. Usopp shoots, I'm assuming one of his shots, like what he shot at Gunko earlier in the arc. He shoots out at Emu. Emu speed blitzes him and packs him up. I don't know what the explosion's hitting. Maybe it's hitting giants in the background. I don't know what fucking giants are in the background, but yeah, Usopp's getting no diffed by Emu. Brook put up a better fight. I mean, Brook's stronger than Usopp, but it's like, bro, Usopp didn't do shit. So I'm assuming there's something planned now that Usopp is in this location. I think there is big implications now that Brook and Usopp are right here by Emu, when we're about to see who is joining this fight here. So next point, at the end, Luffy is angry upon seeing Usopp and Brook defeated. Emu declares Nika and Nidhogg either choose to give up or die. This battle will divide the world. This is fucking crazy, dude. Luffy and Loki are apparently getting to Emu here. So Brook and Usopp are defeated. Luffy is pissed. I'm assuming this is why the title is called Furious. And Emu is probably just like, all right, bring it on. So we might be getting Luffy and Loki versus Emu. I think potentially now that, like, it's so crazy that a couple chapters ago, I'm like, dude, where is Usopp? How is Usopp even going to get inserted into this arc? But now we have Luffy and Loki right next to Emu, and we have Brook and Usopp right there too. Because I mean, a lot of the discussion around what's going to happen in Elbaf and like what can Usopp do in this arc is, okay, Usopp has to fight a Dami Reversied Loki or something like. Well, now Usopp's right here, so it's like Loki gets Dami Reversied. Now Usopp's right here next to it, and Brook is here. I think Brook still has. I still think that Brook's powers can play a part in beating Emu. I made a video a while back about how Brook's soul abilities can counter Emu and kick Emu out of Gunko's body. And now we might have that play out. It's like, dude, Luffy and Loki could be fighting Emu. Brook uses soul abilities to kick Emu out. Maybe as a last ditch effort, Emu Dami reverses Loki, and now Usopp can, do his thing. So this entire arc is wrapping up so fast. The children are free. Dami reverses solved. The fire's put out. Somers got packed up by Luffy. Billingham got packed up by Sanji. And it's like, dude, everything is solved at this point. The only thing at this point is Emu. So I think either Emu is going to just leave and that's going to just be it. It's like, okay, you guys won this time, but now it's going to get worse in the future. Or Luffy and Loki fight Emu and maybe they lose. And this is where Usopp can have a moment to shine, because it's like, dude, I just don't see this ending with Usopp just getting packed up and that being it. I'm going to be honest. I think Oda is better than that. So yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about this chapter. It looks pretty good. That's all I got for today. See ya.